Okay, for number 21, again, it's a multiple choice question. I don't think guessing is a good idea. You should know the word orthogonal means at right angles. If you just visualize these, that's fine. For example, letter A, looking at it, you have a vector u that's 9, and I'll put this over here. That goes in that direction over there, and a vector v, which is 6, a little bit shorter than this one over here. And these are clearly at 90 degrees. Now, granted, if you want to look at the other ones, you can. I just don't think it's appropriate at this page. You got A. So let's move on to the next question. The next question is going to be, let's see, number 20. And they're writing down a notation. Again, I hope you're familiar with it. The notation that you're looking at over here is the CIS notation. However, there is a footnote there. It tells you that's the cosine theta plus I sine theta. So let me write this down for you. And this is going to be Z times W. What's that going to be? Well, let's see. 10 times 5 is 50. You don't want to write down 10 times 5 first. And there's going to be CIS. You add the arguments together, which is 45 and 15, which is 60 degrees. Let me just clean it up a little bit. That's going to be 50 CIS of 60 degrees. I'm going to put a little box in that, indicating that's an acceptable answer. I do want to write down alternative answers, though. So 50, that's going to be cosine 60 degrees plus I sine 60 degrees. This is also an acceptable answer. All right, put another answer down, 50. And what's the cosine of 60? It's 1/2 plus I. What's the sine of 60? Root 3 over 2. Let's multiply that out. What do you get? 25 plus 25 root 3I. They're all acceptable answers. Let's go to the next one. The next one says, find the product using trigonometric forms. Well, you know what? I'm looking at it. I will put the trigonometric form down, but it's a multiple choice exam. I probably don't think I'd go to trigonometric form in this one right away because it looks like a really simple question. 6 times 1 plus I. And then I see minus 3. Let me get my eraser. It doesn't look right. Minus 3 times 6. And that's going to be, let's see, 1 minus I. Let's see if I did that right. I do see the 6 plus 6I. And if you do the minus 3, I see minus 3. Yeah, looks pretty good. What do you see over here? Minus 18. And 1 plus I times 1 minus I is going to be 1 minus I squared. What do you get there? Minus 18. And that's going to be 1 plus 1, which is 2. So you get minus 36. All right, I'm going to visualize that. And so this is why you're doing that. I want trigonometric form. And what do you get over here? Let's see. I'm going in, let's see, minus 36. That's along the real axis. That's over here somewhere. And what's the angle of there? 180 degrees. What's the length of that thing? 18. I'm sorry, 36. Got 18 in my mind still. I'm really screwing up here, aren't I? And again, this length over here is is 36. So what do you get over here? Trigonometric form is going to be 36 CIS of 180 degrees. I don't see that answer listed, so I'm going to write down the cosine sine. So cosine 180 degrees plus I sine 180 degrees. All right, let's look for the answer. Do I see it? And let's take a look. I'm looking for 36 cosine 180, I sine 180, and I see it, letter C. All right, let me just recap. First page wasn't so bad. I got A. I got the first problem done. I got the second problem done, and I got the third problem done, and I think I made it. No, I did okay. Let me see. 3 times 6 is 18. 1 plus 1 is 2. I think I did okay. All right, let me go to 23. And 23, I'm not 23, but 20, is 23? 24. What's 24? Let's put this down for you. Oh, it's the parabola problem now. And I'm kind of looking at it. I think me in classroom, I would draw a picture of this over here. Before I do anything, I want to write this as x minus 0 squared. And then I'd write down, 4 times 3, and then y minus 0, right? The vertex is there, and it looks sort of like this over here. I know there's going to be a focus over there and a directrix down over here. Now, what's the distance over here? It's 3. So this point, by the way, this point here is 0, 0. What's this point over here? It's going to be 0, 3. And this is going to be a line, y equals, let's see, minus 3, right? What's their question? Find the directrix. We just did. Y equals minus 3. All right, let's go to the next question. The next question says you have two vectors, u and v. They want you to add them together and get their length. So let's put this down first. The vector u plus the vector v is equal to, let's see, 10I. It's a unit vector. And 3 plus 3 is 6I. 6j, I mean. All right, I kind of like the bracket notation. I'll put this 10, 6 down. I want the length of this. And what's that going to be? Well, the square root of 10 squared, which is 100, plus 6 squared, which is 36. That's 136. Kind of looking at that, and certainly I don't see that answer listed, but I can go through that for you. 136, and 2 goes in 136 68 times, and 2 goes into 68 34 times. So I think I know it's going to be 2 root 34. Is that answer being listed? Yeah, right over here, letter A. All right, we're good to go to the next question. Let me just recap. Let's see if I've answered these things. I've answered both of those questions. Oh, convert the polar equation. This is polar, with the understanding that, you know, x equals r cosine theta, y equals r sine theta, and x squared plus y squared is equal to r squared. All right? So what I'm going to do, you know, looking at the problem, I'm going to just clear the fraction. And what do I see? I see r plus r sine theta is equal to 1. And I immediately noticed something. I noticed that r sine theta is just simply y. I got a mixture now. I got Cartesian mixed with the polar. So let's separate the sides. I'm going to square both sides. I get r squared, and that's going to be 1 minus y squared. Let's do a little bit of work. That's r squared is equal to, let's see, 1 minus 2y plus y squared. I still got the mixture, but I now know r squared is x squared plus y squared. What do you get there? 1 minus 2y plus y squared. Well, I'm going to take y squared from both sides, and what do you get? X squared equals 1 minus 2y. Now, you could certainly do other things with it, but I'm going to call it quits on that, indicating I did find a rectangular or Cartesian form of that. Again, I subtracted y squared from both sides. I'm left off with x squared equals 1 minus y squared, which I know to be a parabola, by the way. Let's go to 26. And 26, a parabola question. You know, give the standard form of the equation of a parabola with the given characteristics, and I'll draw a picture. And again, I think you probably know I'm always going to be drawing a picture if I can. And let's see, minus 1, minus 3. That's the vertex. The directrix is x equals minus 6. Let's take a look at that. And that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And my directrix over there. That's x equals minus 6. I know, again, it's just a rough picture. The parabola looks sort of like this. You know, focus over here somewhere. And what I'm looking at, I'm kind of looking at, you know, a distance here between this point here and directrix. And that distance over there is going to be, let's see, minus 1 to minus 6 is 5 units, right? And this is also 5 units into the focus. Now, by the way, they didn't ask for that. They asked for the standard form of it. I'm kind of looking at it, and I'm pretty clear about what it is. It's going to be, let's see, y, let's see, plus 3 squared. Now 4 times 5, and then it's going to be x plus 1. Now let me clean up a little bit. Y plus 3. They want standard form. And multiply the 4 times 5, it's 20, and you get x plus 1. Let's look in the key, see if I see that. And I think I see it. Yeah, I think I see it. It's letter C. All right? So it's y plus 3 quantity squared equals 20 times x plus 1. All right, number 28. It's use this Duhamel's theorem to get the indicated power. Well, I'm going to visualize it. And the reason I don't want to cube that number. You know, that's not a bad number to cube. You can do it. So I'm going to say, you know, 1 over root 3 up. So sort of like this over here. And I kind of, visualize this angle now. I see it at 60 degrees, and this is going to be 2. That's kind of famous looking. So I'm going to write the polar form down. So 1 plus root 3I will be equal to 2, which is the R, and then CIS. CIS was 60 degrees. All right? So what am I going to do? I want to cube it. And cubing is not so bad. It's going to be 1 plus root 3I cubed would be 2 cubed CIS 3 times 60 degrees. All right? Well, 2 cubed is 8. That's pretty simple. I want to point out they want it written in standard form, by the way. So I got to do standard form, and standard form is going to be A plus BI. All right? Let's write this over here. So it's going to be cosine. Well, 3 times 60 is 180 degrees, plus I sine 180 degrees. We're almost there. What do you get? 8. What's the cosine of 180? It's minus 1 plus I times the sine of 180 is 0. So what do you have here? Minus 8. If you want, you can write down 0I if you like. You don't have to. It's just simply minus 8. So both answers are completely acceptable. All right, let's go to the next one. Again, the focus of the parabola. And I'm going to write in standard form, by the way. So it's x minus 0 squared equals, oh boy, I got to do 4, right? So 4 times 5 quarters y minus 0. So I think you probably know I'm going to be drawing a picture. I'll put this over here, and the parabola is going to be opening upward like this. And the focus is over here somewhere, right? Now what's focus going to be? Well, the x-coordinate is going to be 0, but I got to move up to it. What do I move up? 5 quarters. All right, let's look for it in a key, and I'm hoping I'm seeing that, and I am. It's right over here. All right, let's go to the next question. Whoops, don't need to do that. Okay, so this is in the xy plane, the vertex of the parabola. By the way, you don't have to get this in standard form, but I'll be honest with you, it pays to get in standard form. So I'm gonna try to do that for you. So I'm gonna put down x minus 1 equals y squared plus 4y. I'm gonna complete the square. And the way I'm gonna do that is I'm gonna add, half of 4 is 2, and square is 4. So I'm gonna be adding 4 to both sides. And what do you get over there? You get x plus 3. And on this side, what do you get? You get y, let's see, plus 2 squared. All right? Now, if you really want to write in standard form, I'll keep going with this, but oops, sorry about that. I'll cross that out, erase it. So it's x plus 3. Let's see. Oh, you don't have to do anything much more with that. It's good enough, right? What's the vertex going to be? Let's put this in parentheses, though. I mean, in parentheses like this. Get my black pen back out. So the vertex is going to be minus 3, comma, minus 2. Now, of course, they said hk. What was their question? What's the value of k? K is minus 2. Letter C. And we're done with the question. All right, that's it, I think, for the exam. Yeah, I think it is. We're done. Thank you.